Hey pilgrims, how are your boots? How are those straps on your backpacks? Can you look to the horizon and see the cathedral where we will bring all this to a conclusion with a robust Pentecost celebration? Whew, we're getting close, people. Keep walking. Thanks for your fidelity to all of this. What a pleasure. Ken Simpson, who is acting as our pastor here at Old St. Pat's, had this beautiful story, or just this idea in one of his homilies. And his idea was that healing rarely happens in isolation. Healing happens in community. And when healing happens in community, then the community becomes holy. The community becomes Holy Communion. And so Holy Communion becomes a verb, which, as you know, this whole notion of sacramentality and sort of dynamic contemporary church as a verb is completely intriguing to me and has been a big part of our pilgrimage together. And so I love that simple but very poignant idea from Father Ken. Healing rarely happens in isolation. When healing happens, it happens in community. When healing happens in community, the community becomes holy. It becomes Holy Communion. We have a staff member at Old St. Pat's, and his name is Cho Gardner. And you could not find two people more different than Cho and I. Cho's African American, lives in the South Side. I'm not African American, and I live on the North Side. Cho is 6'5". I'm little. I have like a bunch of degrees and stuff, and Cho doesn't. Cho started working here about a year after I did, and we have this relationship. We don't talk much, but we have folded, put away more chairs together. We've been at funerals together. And I plan all these things that demand just a ridiculous amount of preparation and creativity and chandeliers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff. And Cho's the one that makes all of this happen. And it sounds, I don't know, arrogant or embarrassing to say, but he has this affection for me that I don't think I deserve, but I relish, from 6'6" African American South Side man. So I cherish him. And we were at liturgy at Old St. Pat's on a particular day, and he was doing all the stuff he normally does. Everything, holds everything together, you know. And came time for communion, and he stands up so that everyone can get out of the pew and go to communion. And I'm fully cognizant of all the parameters around which one makes a decision whether or not to participate in communion, so I get it. For some reason, I just thought Cho should join us. And I just made this gesture, to join us. And Cho Gardner said, I don't understand much about Holy Communion, so I don't think I should participate. I thought to myself, oh, you know everything about Holy Communion, because you are that for me. I understand why we have classes to prepare. I understand the catechesis, which I treasure. And I just felt this deep sense of loss because Cho has contributed to a lot of healing for me. And you don't heal in isolation. You heal in community. When the community contributes to your healing, it becomes holy. And then together you reside in Holy Communion. And while I honor Cho's decision, to sit back down in the pew. I made sure that I was sitting next to him when I returned. And I just wanted to celebrate the Holy Communion that we reside in together. It's very mysterious. I don't understand it. I don't claim to understand it. But I honor it and treasure it. I treasure the Holy Communion that I share with Joe Gardner. And the Holy Communion that I share with all of you, my fellow pilgrims. Can the church say, Amen?